Hi guys, charity shop gold or garbage. I showed you this Robot Wars radio controlled robot, Shunt it's called. Showed it in one of my charity shop short videos where I didn't buy it. I looked at it but I didn't buy it. On the box it said incomplete. Well, we were back down in the same area today, went in the same charity shop, it was still there, so I bought it. £8, that's 8 times what I like to pay for anything. And I've got it home and I can now see what it is that's incomplete. I've taken the battery cover off, and inside it's expecting a special battery pack, rechargeable battery pack. So the battery's not there, and neither is the charger. There's a socket in there for the battery to plug into. I think the only thing I can do is take it apart and see if I can rig it up for a LiPo battery. I've had a look online, looked them up. It's made by Logistix Kids Retail. I don't know if you can see that. Logistix Kids Retail. Back in 2000, the date on this one. In fact, the Amazon listing I found was 2001. So, we'll take it apart and see what we can find. See if we can fix it. Oh well, that was easy enough. So that's the gear for the hammer. Operates. That's the hammer arm, which we're going to have to try and fix anyway. A little bit of dust. We've got two motors at the front there. I expect it drives the wheels independently. That will be logical. And it looks like there's another gear down, another motor down there that probably drives the axe. So battery comes up here. Yeah, we should be able to change that to an ordinary LiPo connector. Follow it all the way around. Comes all the way around to here. In fact, that's so long I might have to chop it anyway and just join on an ordinary LiPo connector. The only thing is, there's not a lot of space to get a LiPo battery in there. This little zippy is narrow enough to go in there, but none of my other ones actually go in there because I've already tried. And even that one's going to have a problem. Oh, I expect, no, if we take that connector out we should be alright. Slide down a bit further then. Because it won't fit in that side, it'll only fit in that side. Well, it gets better. That's a euphemism. Put a JST connector on there so I can just connect up a two cell. So, operate these center buttons, which would operate the hammer. Nothing. I think we've got some jammed gears in there. You can probably hear the motor is spinning fine, but that little pinion gear isn't moving, and that's because it's loose, which probably means it's split. Yeah, I can see a split in it. So that's no good. Remember, I've paid £8 for this. And then at this end, the two drive motors, we've got the same problem. That one's spinning. I can see there's a split in it. But not only that, it's spinning and it's not doing anything. So we're going to have to take this right apart just to see why none of the wheels are turning. Let's try this side. No, the other side. Same again. That one's completely loose. Let's have a look, see if we can see a split in it. To be fair, I can't see a split in that one. But either way, either way, they're both loose. I think I bought a pile of junk here. We'll definitely have to take it apart just so we can have a look at the rest of the gears. Ooh, that wheel moved a little bit then. Just a little bit. That one. Can't get to it enough to turn it. Yeah, okay, I reckon we'll be taking it right apart. I mean, year 2000, so it's 17 years old. I don't suppose it's surprising that little things like nylon gears have suffered. This could develop into quite a long video, couldn't it? So just getting it home, putting the batteries in it and playing with it. Must be some way of getting those wheels off. Screw, screw, screw. Screw, 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 screw. Got to get those wheels off, it looks like. Well, with a bit of effort, I've managed to get all the cross screws out that are holding it together, and it still won't come apart. because the wheels are holding it together. See, I'm okay at that end. I'm okay at this end. But across there, even though I've got that screw out, it's actually the very ends of these axles, that centre disc, that's what's holding it together. Yeah, they're definitely linked right the way across. If I turn that centre section, you'll see that centre section turns. And I expect they're just a push fit onto a knurled shaft or axle. Don't be confused by that bit spinning, it's the centrepiece I'm talking about. That bit isn't spinning. And I just use brute force. That's the bit that was on there. So they're apart now. I'll try and remember. Yeah, that's it. So if we just have a look at this, the axle goes right the way through and it freewheels, and then that gear is turned by that gear. That's actually got a hexagonal shape to it, which matches the hexagonal shape of this piece, and then that square piece matches the wheel, so that's what's turning the wheel. But they all freewheel or spin on the central axle. That's just to support it all. Right. Let's just take that aerial off, because that's annoying me. Be a bit tight with that motor in the way. No, can't get it apart. I have to take the receiver off. I think we've probably got to the point where we're going to have to accept this probably is never going to work properly, unless the gears that we find inside are easily replaceable. I suppose on the positive side we've got a receiver that seems to work, that controls 3 different motors. Right, so that's the other one of them. That's the one that drives the hammer. And that has that smaller pinion gear, which is the one that I said is split right up the middle. Split right up there. That should be sitting on that motor. When it gets round to where the split is, those two teeth are too far apart and they don't mesh with the big gear. So it jams at that position. Ready to look inside. I can hear gears dropping out. So that's that little one. Just for demonstration purposes. I think that one's split. Yeah, that one's split as well. But that one would sit there. And then, there's our little gear again. That little one sits there. So the motor turns. Lots of reduction. I wonder if I can plug the battery back in. Make sure we haven't got any screws or anything, shorten any components out. So, what we're trying to demonstrate here, that motor turning, that gear, which should turn all the others. Nothing. Right. Switch it on. Yeah. So if I just loosely hold that in place. Yeah, can't really do it. Can I get a finger on the back there? Maybe. Yeah, but there's too many broken gears there for it to actually work properly. So that's these two in the middle. Oh well, we've rather ended that because that gear's completely split now. I could go and have a look through my box of gears, see if we've got any with the same number of teeth. We're looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. So that's a 10, and I think that one's probably a 10 as well. Yeah. So we've got two split 10s. And then at this end, gear on there, which would be on the outside would be turning that one, and you come back in again, which means that one would be turning that one, which turns that one, which turns that one, which would turn that one, which would turn the wheel. Hope you're following this. So how are these? Are these okay? They look okay. I'll go and have a dig. I don't hold out much hope. Well, I've had a good search through my box of gears and I haven't got any matching 10-tooth gears that will fit on the right size shafts. So we can't fix the hammer end of the gearbox, and at the other end, say those gears should be a tight fit on there, they're just a push fit, so I suspect that they're probably, although I can't see any cracks in them, they've probably deteriorated and they're no longer gripping on there, and that is compounded by the fact that those gears turn those gears, and these gears are also loose, probably split, because they should be a tight grip on there, because when that turns you want that gear to turn, you don't want it to stay still like that. So the gearbox is pretty useless. Bit of a shame. It would have been fun to have played with this, but I'd need to replace those 2 gears and probably those 4 gears. I could try gluing them in place. That would be a bit of a temporary fix, but it certainly wouldn't be a permanent fix. So it's junk. On closer inspection I can see these are split. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. There's a split along between those 2 teeth there. I spotted it on that one as well, yeah, split up the middle there. Yeah, so we need 6 new gears and they're not the same size. Hey, thanks for watching. There's plenty of videos on my main channel with more added daily, so don't forget to subscribe and enable the notifications to keep you up to date with my new releases. My second channel, Grandad's Other Channel, is where I put the longer videos with more detail. Then there's my Facebook page, and you can follow me on Twitter. You can help keep my channel running by donating $1 on Patreon to buy me coffee. And if you fancy some Grandad merchandise, I have 2 shops, one on Redbubble and the other on Cotton Cart. Finally, you can always find more information in the video description. Thanks again for watching.